welcome to Waste of Tim, the show where we bring you all the news you don't need to know and answer the questions that don't matter. Here at Waste of Tim, we know you're busy with work, school, or whatever, and we vow to waste as much time as possible. Whether it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or you somehow last the entire episode, we promise that the amount of time you spend listening to this show, you will never get back. So without further ado, let's get to the headlines. In Russia, a Russian Navy landing boat was sunk after it entered the Arctic Ocean and was attacked by a walrus. The walrus, who was reportedly not a fan of meddling with U.S. elections, went after the boat defending her calves. No one was hurt, well, except the boat that, sunk, as the researchers just called another boat to save their asses from taking a dip in a very cold drink and it becoming walrus food. The moral of this story is, don't with walruses. A Louisiana man drowned in Tanzania when he decided to swim out of his underwater cabin. What the hell is an underwater cabin? And held out an engagement ring and note to the window. The note said, "I can't hold my breath long enough to tell you everything I love about you, but everything I love about you, I love more every day." We here at Waste of Tim like to remain neutral when reading the headlines, but here we must not. First, Prince Charming's note is terrible. He's clearly going for a pun with, "I can't hold my breath long enough to tell you everything I love about you," since, he's holding his breath underwater. But what does everything I love about you, I love more every day, have to do with any of that? Like, how about, "I can't hold my breath long enough to tell you everything I love about you, but I hope everything you do keeps taking my breath away." Like, that took me 3 minutes to come up with, and isn't this supposed to be, one of the most magical moments ever of their entire life? His poetry stinks. Secondly, in general, what an idiot. Not for drowning, that's really sad, and I'm sorry, but for getting married. What an idiot. In India, a 15-year-old girl was hospitalized after she couldn't stop eating hair. After finding this story earlier in the week and attempting to find it again, it has come to our attention that there have been multiple cases of people who can't stop eating hair. Apparently, according to the Metro in the UK, this ailment is known as Rapunzel syndrome and it's only the second known case in 25 years. However, Ripley's Believe It or Not sets that number at 88. I believe it. The girl from India had a 2-pound hair mass in her stomach, while the Russian girl's stomach was 80% hair. I don't have a zinger. That's just bizarre. In England, lots of good international stories coming at you this week. A 24-year-old vegan is irate after finding out she ate chicken nuggets. The woman, who was reportedly, quote, white girl wasted, ate the nuggets, which she thought were sunfed, which I guess isn't real meat. She ate them and they, quote, tasted funny, which only means one thing. She wasn't drunk enough, because anything tastes good when you're really white girl wasted. She found out because her dumbass friends put the packaging of the chicken nuggets on Snapchat. So, the vegan took the video and took it to the police on food tampering, and now the girls are facing charges. I think that's an appropriate punishment for wasting chicken nuggets on a vegan. In California, a woman got into an altercation and tried reporting the incident to a police robot outside the station. When she tried, the robot just kept saying, quote, "Please step out of the way," which translated to, "Get lost, lady." I agree. If you're in a fight it out yourself. Isn't that why you're fighting? The robot is also known for going around the park and telling people to pick up trash, which he himself is incapable of doing so. Orlando Enrique, age 28, who works concessions at the park, says people have acted differently with the robot around. He says people feel safe because they can, quote, leave their children. Apparently, if a kidnapper comes and takes a kid, the robot will triple in size and shoot lasers at the guy. To politics. In 1971, Elizabeth Warren was reportedly fired from her position for getting pregnant. To break this down, I brought on Faolan.
Check it out.
Faolan, what's the best excuse you've ever used to not do a job?
Well, you know, what I would say to that is in 8th grade, I failed my math class, or at least I got a really bad grade. So for the whole year, I was trying to look for an excuse to, you know, like justify why I didn't do well. And it turns out that excuse just sort of fell from the sky. It turns out that my math teacher was a pedophile. And so, you know, that really had nothing to do with the bad grade I got in the class. But I felt vindicated that, you know, my grade really shouldn't be valid because my teacher was a pedophile.
So did your grade get, like, expunged from the records?
No, but in my heart it did. You know, it really didn't count to me.
And that's where everything counts, in your heart?
Absolutely.
Follow-up question. Did you see him get cuffed?
I really wish I did, because that would have been the ultimate vindication, but unfortunately, the best I could get was being in the room about 10 minutes before he got taken out in the cuffs.
Did you, did you dislike this guy? Or did you just do poorly in his class? So you're like...
I mean, I didn't really have anything personal against him, although he was a little bit off-putting. He wore the same sweater every single day, and that was really, a red flag. I think they should have seen it coming, but, you know, I didn't hate the guy.
Oh, well, I guess you didn't hate him. That's good. Switching over to politics now, people are up in arms about Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez's $250 or $300 haircut. The sources vary on that information. The Washington Post headline reads, "The backlash over Ocasio-Cortez's haircut shows women can't win when it comes to their appearance." We agree. So I'll ask you, Faolan, what's something you spent a lot of money on that didn't work, or maybe the next day you just totally regretted it?
All right, so I had about a 6-hour flight over to Los Angeles one time. By the time I get through the airport security and all of that, I realized I forgot my headphones. So it's way too late to like leave and get them again. So I had to buy the headphones in the airport, and you know they're charging like $50 for these headphones.
Headphones or like earbuds?
Like the earbuds. And you know, I bought them, and it really sounded like listening to my music filtered through 16 paper bags. It was slightly better than listening to the sound of people sleeping on the plane.
Or the jets.
Or the jets of the plane for about 6 hours, yeah.
Yeah, I would say the headphones is a good one. I was thinking about that because I bought like a bunch of headphones from Amazon because headphones are so easy to lose.
Yeah.
And like the I don't know, like the ear thing, the thing that like go in your ear or whatever, they like break and then you're just like, great. That was just a nice whatever. I mean, Amazon ones are cheap, so it's not like it's not like that big of a deal.
I recently invested in an over-ear set of Bluetooth headphones, and that was definitely a solid purchase.
Oh, that's good. Good. We're all about solid purchases here at Waste of Tim. Waste of Tim. Waste of time, not waste of money here at Waste of Tim.
Oh yeah.
But I would say over the summer, when my brother came back east, I like really wanted to like make this specialty drink. I just wanted to have like Tim's specialty drink, and I was because like anytime I wanted to like go over like a party or something, I wanted to be able to like whip out my drink, whip out drinks, and then everyone's just like, oh wow, look at this guy, he's so cool. So I decided the specialty drink I was going to be able to have was mudslides.
Okay.
Which are Baileys and Kahluas. So I was like, okay. So I went to the grocery store because it was in Maine, and you can get liquor actually at the grocery store. So I bought I bought the smallest bottle they had. I was about to say I bought the biggest bottle they had, but I didn't. And this thing was like $30. This thing was like $30. That was the I think that was the Kahlua, and then the Baileys was like maybe 20 or 25. And I'm like, this is gonna be great. I'm just gonna make mudslides at every single party. And that night, I was like, I'm I'm going to get drunk off mudslides. So I had like one mudslide, and I was like, oh my God, these are the thickest things I've ever had in my entire life. I went home, went to the liquor cabinet or drawer, whatever the hell it's called, and there was Bailey's, Kahlua right there already. Yeah. So I just bought, a $30 thing of Bailey's.
Nice.
Yeah. So if anybody is around and wants some Bailey's or Kahlua, just hit me up. My DMs are open. We can work something out. And by working something out, I will literally just give you it all because I don't want to look at it anymore.
Sounds like a solid deal to me.
Yeah. Sounds like a solid deal. I would say solid purchase in my end in the first place. But speaking of sports,
of course,
the New York Yankees have beaten the Minnesota Twins 14 straight times. The Boston Bruins have beaten the Arizona Coyotes. Check that. The Phoenix... what the hell are they? They have the Arizona Coyotes every single time since 2010. And Clayton Kershaw continues to suck in the playoffs. So I'll ask you, Faolan, who owns you? What owns you? And it is bad as what I just mentioned.
Basically, what owns me more than anything else is Wendy's. Every time I go to Wendy's, I think it's going to be great, and, I'm just going to, get a meal there and have a great time, have a great night. And then every single time, I feel like garbage after, and I immediately regret my decision. But a couple weeks go by, and I go to Wendy's again, and I do it all over again.
But it's just got a campsite in your brain.
Yeah.
It's like Wendy's.
It seems like it, I just
you get the same thing?
Can't get over it. I've tried a couple different things, tried the 4 for 4 a couple times.
4 for 4 is not bad. I can't hate on Wendy's too bad, but 4 for 4, yeah, that's pretty solid.
Yeah, I think it's just going to be a thing that I keep doing.
You eat the 4 for 4 and immediately feel regret?
I don't immediately feel regret, but I feel regret like an hour later.
Really? I would think the 4 for 4 is like that's pretty safe. I feel like so? Safe you're not going to feel regret.
I don't know. It's caused me some major regret in the past.
That's true. I mean, just looking at the size of me compared to the size of you, I think a 4 for 4 might be more of an uppercut to some smaller people.
Potentially.
But, yeah, I would say what owns me, let me think. I'm going Fortnite.
Oof.
And people at home are probably like, why are you still talking about Fortnite? And to that point, why are you guys still playing Fortnite? Fortnite is like, I don't know, C- game, below average. And all these little, 10-year-olds are just nasty at, playing their little Fortnite and building their little castles or their forts with, rocks and, wood and, I don't know what you build your Fortnite stuff out of. Rocks, wood, cement.
I've never played Fortnite, so I can't really comment on this one.
I complain about Fortnite a fair amount. And, I would be alright with playing it if you just couldn't build. Why can you build? Everyone can go get their little guns, and let's have, a battle in the middle of the fields. And, hide behind what's already there. But no, it's I see somebody... I probably played this game maybe 10 times in my whole life, and I just can't stand it. All these professional athletes, all these famous people, oh my God, we're playing Fortnite. It's don't you guys can you guys play something else, something better? But I guess that really owns me. I would say it doesn't have a a campsite in my brain the way that Wendy's does for you.
True.
I don't have it downloaded. I haven't played it in a while.
You don't just sit awake at night, hating Fortnite and
no.
wanting to destroy it.
Yeah, no, I don't sit awake at night. I don't watch YouTube videos. I don't scheme my Fortnite strategy and then keep coming back to it, trying to do better. I'm just done with Fortnite. It should just do something else. Go somewhere else. There needs to be new craze. All right. We have reached the part of the show called the Elimination Chamber.
Sounds scary.
Oh, it's very scary. So, here's how this works. The Elimination Chamber is a bit misleading because I should really change it to pick one or get rid of one. And this week, it's all about spoofs.
All right.
Parody YouTube artists So, we're going to start off with the artists. We have Rucka Rucka Ali. We have Weird Al. We have John LaJoie. We have Lonely Island. So you're going to pick your favorite, and you're going to eliminate one.
Ooh, that's a tough one. I gotta say,
We only ask the tough questions here at Wasterton, the questions that you definitely need to have answered.
Absolutely. I'm gonna have to say that Weird Al is my favorite. I'm a classic kind of guy. Weird Al is, the king of parodies, in my opinion.
Well, actually, it's not really parodies. It's more just like funny YouTube songs. It's kind of a bit misleading, but at the end of the day, they're all kind of parodies.
I feel like Weird Al still fits into that category.
Oh, definitely. He's the definition of parody. But I don't know, Lonely Island, they don't really like parody songs, really. They kind of
parody ideas.
Yeah, okay. Yep.
I'm gonna have to say I'm gonna go with LaJoie for.
No, incorrect, wrong.
That's wrong.
That's wrong. Your opinion is wrong.
Lonely Island and Rucka Rucka hold a special place in my heart from my childhood. I have to back them up. That's just my opinion.
LaJoie, though. LaJoie? Have you seen the shirt that John LaJoie wears?
I have not.
Are you forgetting this guy? The I kill people guy?
No, I know of him, but
I don't know. I don't know if you really do.
You don't know? All right.
I mean, I guess everyone can have their entitled to their own opinions, even if their opinions.
Who are you throwing out from this group?
Rucka, easy.
Think so?
Rucka.
I think just the sheer level, the sheer amount of people that he made angry throughout his entire career. Just I respect that.
Yeah, if we're going for angering people, which is a very respectable way to go. I would Rucka. How can you go wrong? But I don't know. He's just got a lot. He's just got some misses.
That's true.
He just swings at that low cheese, and
he's your typical home run or strikeout kind of guy.
Exactly. He's not hitting. He's not getting a lot of doubles. He's not getting a lot of triples. I think you're getting with Weird Al or Lonely Island. They got a lot of doubles. They got a lot of extra base hits, but Rucka's got some good ones. He's got, the Justin's Beaver is classic. That one, I was listening to that earlier. I was wow, this guy's great. But I'm giving the W to LaJoie, even though he's kind of not really in this category, but because he makes his own song, he doesn't really parody too much. Giving LaJoie the dub. Rucka is getting the boot. Now we're gonna switch over and focus strictly on Lonely Island songs. Pick one, eliminate one, just like last time. We have Throw It on the Ground, I'm on a Boat, Like a Boss, or Jack Sparrow.
Ooh. For me, it's either Throw It on the Ground or Like a Boss. Those are two classics,
To pick? You're picking them?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. But which one?
I think it's got to be...
You can come back to it. You can get rid of it. And then you can get rid of your one and then come back to it and decide who's getting the dub.
I think Jack Sparrow's getting tossed. I think that's what I'm gonna go for, and Like a Boss is gonna get the dub on this.
That kind of was that kind of hurt hearing you say you're getting rid of Jack Sparrow, but it's a really tough question, and that's what I was going for. So, I would say this is tough because. For me, I'm on a Boat was OG Lonely Island. I know Lonely Island, that wasn't their first song, obviously. They were way famous before that. But to me, that was the first song I listened to, and these guys got on my radar screen. So they've got that nostalgia factor for me. But Throw It on the Ground is the one where I most recently that I'm this is hysterical.
Absolutely.
Happy birthday to the ground.
Yep.
I threw the rest of the cake too. Oh, all right. I gotta say, I gotta get rid of Like a Boss. It hurts me to say.
Man,
it hurts me to say.
The reason I like that one is it really became a cultural thing.
Being a boss.
Like a Boss became a mainstream phrase. I respect the level of cultural influence that they managed to achieve with that hit.
That's a good point. But Jack Sparrow with Michael Bolton those harmonies are just like, they just grip my soul. They really just grip my soul. You know, yeah, I still gotta I gotta stay on my ground. Like a boss, unfortunately, he's gotta go. And then I'm taking, I think people are gonna be surprised. I'm taking ground. I'm taking third on the ground.
That's your winner?
That's my winner. That is my winner. It's just too many good lines. Like, I'm an adult.
Yeah.
What, you think I'm stupid? Like, just dropping that on someone.
Oh, yeah.
It's just great. It's just great.
No, I respect that.
Just whenever, like, someone's looking at you funny, what, you think I'm stupid? Yeah, I'm not a part of your system. So now switching over to Weird Al.
All right.
We got eBay,
Ooh.
Amish Paradise, Saga Begins, or White and Nerdy.
Oh, that's a tough one. I know what I'm getting rid of. I'm going to have to get rid of Saga Begins.
Okay.
That's just me. But
I agree with you.
But,
I agree with you. I think
for my winner, I don't know. That's a tough decision, man. You know, eBay is a total classic.
it is. That was my first Weird Al one.
Amish Paradise has some incredible lyrics on it.
It does.
You know, all of his songs are lyrically just, you know, genius. White and Nerdy is hilarious, you know.
Yeah. I mean,
you know, I think I gotta give it to Amish Paradise. Just the wordplay in it is next level.
yep.
And you know, if you watch the music video, there's a
Which
whole
I did.
there's a whole scene.
Before today.
Yeah, there's a whole scene of Weird Al, you know, walking forward while everything around him is going backwards, which means in order to record that, he had to walk backwards while singing.
Damn, okay.
Talking forwards. So you know, he had to sing the whole last verse backwards.
That is actually that's pretty impressive.
And that's a level of talent that, you know, you just can't look past.
Yep. You know, Amish Paradise, it's good. I think I'm going White and Nerdy. Strictly for the line about editing Wikipedia.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna actually give you 4 rank. I'm gonna rank them. I'm gonna go White and Nerdy is 1, Amish Paradise 2, eBay, and Saga Begins.
Yeah.
Saga Begins is really well written.
Oh,
It just wasn't. It wasn't like. I wasn't like laughing and like losing my mind.
You know, it's good. It's solid, but it doesn't stack up to the other 3. I don't think
it doesn't. All right, Faolan, what's your word of the day? Well, while you're thinking, I'll give you mine. My word is sanft. Sanft. Sunfed? Is that how you say it? Wouldn't sunfed have 2 N's? I think it would have 2 N's. I think this is sanft. I really think it's pronounced sanft. So sanft, which is going back to the story about the English girl that sued or reported her friends for giving her chicken nuggets even though she was vegan, it's a proper noun. They make like fake meat, and I just didn't know how to read the word, so I picked that word. So my word is sanft.
that's a pretty good word.
Proper noun, but okay.
All right, well, it is word of the day, so
It is, but it's not in the dictionary, so I did cheat.
all right.
So you can cheat too if you want.
I'm not gonna cheat. I'm gonna go with
Are you
a
gonna follow the
classic.
rules? Okay.
I'm gonna go with a classic Yiddish word. I'm gonna go with schmuck. That's one of my favorite words, and you know, you can always just pull it out. It's always there for you. It's reliable.
It is. That is a good word. What was it?
Schmuck.
Schmuck? Yeah,
You know,
schmuck.
get over here, schmuck. You know, you just pull it out of nowhere.
All right. Well, for Faolan, I'm Tim. Goodbye. Today's show is brought to you by the letter L.
For example, the L you just took after listening to this entire show.